a lady in a Chipotle parking lot, like, end up, like, causing, dispute or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? For real though. Because she, like, bumped this 15-year-old, like, right in the parking lot or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? For real though. Anyway, she was out of pocket for that. For real though. And then she, like, the mother, like, just, like, was yelling at the lady and all that stuff and stuff like that. The lady, like, got in her car and, like, you know what I'm saying? She, like, just was wrong or whatever, whatnot. But then, like, what I'm saying, when, like, Shorty, like, smacked the back of her car, she got out the car, she went to the back, grabbed a blick, and pointed right at her and her daughter. Oh my goodness, it was crazy as ever. You know what I'm saying? Her and her husband was charged. You know what I'm saying? For that or whatever, whatnot. But then they, like, decide to, like, drop the charges. Why? Because she saw that, like, after, like, she was, like, crying or whatever, whatnot, and she said and she was scared, she had to protect herself, she had that, like, her life was in danger or whatever. Her life wasn't in danger at all. I mean, I'm telling you, gang, that shit was crazy as hell. I'm like, hell no. This shit crazy as hell. I'm telling you. That's some crazy shit. Real though. It was like, broadcast on Facebook. That's the evidence right there. That the lady didn't even cause a threat to her or nothing like that. She just poured out her blick for no reason. For real though. And the husband didn't even stop her. Not even once. For real though. I mean, I'm telling you, gang. It's crazy as hell. For real though. Anyway. Now, this, like, dude, like, shot in the drive-by, right? And, like, they, like, called the police or whatever, whatnot. And all of a sudden, the police just jumped on his, like, man's brother or whatever. For no goddamn reason. They saying this spoke trespassing or some shit. For real though, they up there jumping this dude. No goddamn reason. For real though. Knowing that his brother was the victim of a drive-by shooting. For real though. I mean, I'm for real. That's some crazy shit, gang. I'm like, shit, that's some stupid shit. They was out of pocket for that shit. For real though. And then they go try to place charges on them and shit. For real though. For what? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was some crazy shit. Then they decided to drop the charges. Why? Because the shit was out of pocket. The shit didn't make no goddamn sense. Why they did that shit to that man. For real though. I'm telling you. Shit was crazy as hell. And, like, I remember, obviously, like, hearing that, like, Kevin Hart was cool with, like, these, like, Caucasian individuals up there on this road, up there, like, speaking about some, like, racist jokes and shit like that. Like, speaking about people that, like, obviously lost their lives and shit, and then joking about it and shit like that. Like, and it seems like Kevin Hart didn't even do nothing or didn't say nothing, like, saying, like, how dare you, or nothing like that. For real though, that's some crazy shit. I don't even want to hear the jokes because why? That's some crazy shit. For real though. But Seinfeld, like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't, like, cool with them up there, like, asking them, like, did he want to, like, put, like, the N-word in part of the jokes or stuff or whatever, whatnot. Like, he wasn't cool with it at all. For real though. He just, like, declined that shit, like, nope. Nah, playboy. Nope. Anyway, so this, like, man found out that his daughter, his 14-year-old daughter, was, like, dating a black boy, and he lost it. I'm for real, he completely lost the game. I mean, like, shit, he started, like, yelling on all this shit, like, calling her out her name and all this shit, and then he started trying to put hands on her. For real though. Now, rather, anyway, it was crazy as hell because he was drunk. He was drunk as fuck, and he wanted to, like, actually, like, control her or whatever, whatnot. And he up there saying he was, like, wasn't gonna give her shit or nothing like that because she was, like, like, and lover or whatever, whatnot. Like, that shit was crazy. Then he decided to, like, just actually, like, throw his motherfucking keys at her face, and she threw her, like, damn phone at his ass. For real though. Next thing you know, altercation broke out, like, boom. You know what I'm saying? He started grabbing her and all that shit. He whooped me, like, it's like he was whooping her ass or whatever. His wife jumped in. He ended up whooping her ass too. Real though, that was some crazy shit. Next thing you know, they took it to the cops, they took it to the people or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The wife up there tried to defend his ass by any means and shit. You know what I'm saying? But her and her friend up there, like, was like, saying what really fucking happened and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even dude pulled out her extensions. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. And he went down to go, like, see what the bartender said because, shit, they went to my bar or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if they took the girl up in the boat, though. For real, though. I mean, like, shit, it was like and this happened when they was having supper. Gang, this shit was crazy as hell, for real, though. I'm like, shit, I don't know who, like, got arrested or not. Shit, but that shit crazy as hell. Real though. Anyway, now this dude, like, like owned the farm or whatever and whatnot, and like, what I'm saying, they like, he like allow people to, like, move in his house with him or whatever and whatnot. For real though, like, shit, but they kicked him off his motherfucking property. For real though, and that's some crazy shit. Plus, the judge is out of pocket for what she did because, shit, she, like, actually, like, was cool with it, with them kicking him off his property like that. And she, like, actually had a, like, I don't know, shit, but a cop, like, went to his house or whatever, whatnot, and tried to act like that he was, like, trespassing. How the fuck he go trespass on his own property? And they would still want him to pay for the property why he can't even be on that motherfucker. For real though, that's some crazy shit. I'm like, that bro is suing them for $500 million, and I hope he get all that goddamn money. I hope he win for real because that shit was out of pocket. Gang, I'm telling you, that shit was crazy as hell. I'm telling you. I'm like, shit. Some crazy shit. Anyway, this, like, racist motherfucker end up shooting somebody. And then he shot his motherfucking self. For real though. You remember that racist motherfucker that always goes out and then, like, try to pick out, like, fight with, like, black brothers and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Up there calling them racial slurs and then end up, like, walking out and outside with a gun up there just doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? He knocked on the motherfucking door, he kept on knocking on that door and he got his motherfucking answer. Shit, you know what I'm saying? But he ended up shooting a man. You know what I'm saying? For real though. And he got charged for that shit. Why? Because shit, I mean, like, hell, he should get charged because he just shot somebody. For real though, I'm not gonna like give this motherfucker no sympathy because he shot his motherfucking self too. I don't care. For real though. Anyway, gang, for real though. Shit, I mean, like, shit. I hope, like, the dude that got shot is alive and well because, like, that shit was crazy as hell. But shit was gonna break out. For real though. I mean, like, shit. And you keep on knocking on that door and somebody gonna answer your ass. And somebody answered his ass. He got his answer. And he didn't like the results. For real though. And then he tried to, like, spaz out and shoot somebody. For real though, I'm like, hell no, that's some fucked up ass shit. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, hit the bell notification so you see my next upload and my next post. And to make sure I ain't got another one tomorrow. And oh yeah, you can check out my previous videos if you like it. So long, farewell, goodbye.